Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, a place where I try to teach both math and add math in a very simple and step-by-step way. In today's particular video, we're going to do the topic of coordinate geometry, and I'm going to do a past paper question and give you the full solution. This is my question here. It says the line 2x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 meets the curve. This is a curve at 8 points A and B. They form a perpendicular bisector and it meets the x-axis at C, and then we need to find the area of the triangle ABC. Now, this particular question will be heavily weighted because there are lots and lots of parts. I have taken the privilege of already listing out all the parts. That's this section here as well as here. So let us begin. To start, I must first list my two equations and simplify. My first equation here, I could simplify by simply writing the y as the subject of the formula. So I'll get this. I'll call this equation 1 and I'll call this equation 2. I'll substitute 1 into 2 and I'll get x squared plus 3 by 2x plus 1 is equal to 19. X squared plus 6x plus 3 is equal to 19. X squared plus 6x minus 16. This gives me x plus 8 and x minus 2. Solving for x, I'll get x is minus 8 and x is 2. Now we know already that the points in which 2x minus y plus 1 meets x squared plus 3y is equal to 19 are A and B. So let's just assume that A is the point that has a minus 8 and B is the point that has a 2. Now you can mix these up if you wish. I just chose them because based on A comes first and so on. Now to find the corresponding value for minus 8, I say let x be equal to minus 8 and I could substitute in any one of my equations. But I'll just choose equation 1. So I'll get this. Minus 16 plus 1 minus 15. Minus 15 goes here. Similarly, I do the same for B. Let x be equal to 2. Substitute again into 2. I'll get 4 plus 1, 5. Now I have my 2 points, A and B, and so I could tick off the first section. My second section says I need to find the perpendicular bisector of the line AB. To find the perpendicular bisector, these are the list of all the steps I need to cover. The first one is to find the midpoint. I will now proceed to do that. Now to find the midpoint, I use this formula and I just substitute my values. So I get minus 8 plus 2, minus 15 plus 5 on 2, I get minus 6 on 2, minus 10 on 2, so I get minus 3, minus 5. Now this is a coordinate, so you have to use a bracket. This step is finished. Now I need to find the gradient. The gradient of AB will use y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Always list your equations. It will be 5 minus minus 15. 2 minus minus 8 will be plus, so it will end up working out to be 20, and 10, 2. So that is the gradient of AB. Next, I need to find the gradient of the perpendicular line to be AB. Perpendicular gradient of AB simply means I'm taking whatever gradient I have here, which is 2, flipping it and getting 1 over 2, and I'm changing the sign from a positive to a negative. So I've done this part here. Lastly, I need to find the equation. The equation of this line will use this as the gradient and this as the point. So I'll use y minus y1 m into x minus x1, and I'll get y minus minus 5 minus a half x minus minus 3. This gives me y plus 5 minus a half x plus 3, simplifying 2y plus 10 equal to minus x minus 3. Again, I'll get 2y plus x, bring this over, plus 13 is equal to 0. So this, everybody, is the equation of the perpendicular bisector. And I've completed this part, and so this one could check off as well. Now we need to go ahead and find C. What they said in the question is that at the point C, it cuts the x-axis. So if it cuts x-axis, then y is 0. So then I'll just simply put a 0 here. So therefore, solving this will give me x is minus 13. So the point C will have an x value of minus 13 and a y value of 0. So now I have my 3 points, A, B, and C. So now I could simply find the area of the triangle A, B, and C. Now, even though there are many formulae to find the area of each triangle, in coordinate geometry, the one I tend to use is the Heron's formula, and it goes like this: square root of s by s minus a by s minus b by s minus c, where s is equal to a plus b plus c on 2. Now, a, b, and c are all, these small a, b's, and c's are all the sides of the triangles like this, a, b, c. So I simply need to find the distance of all sides. So I need to find the distance of AB, of BC, and of CB. Sorry, CA. So I will now proceed to do that. Using the formula y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared. So in this particular case, I'll get, between A and B, I'll get 2 plus 8 squared. Oh, sorry, that's the x values, but that's okay. Actually, let me do it over. I'll get 5 plus 15 squared plus 2 plus 8 squared. Now I got the plus because of the minus and the minus. End up getting 20 squared plus 10 squared, which ends up being 400 plus 100, which is the square root of 500. Right? So I could leave that like that for now. The next one, the distance of BC will be 5 minus 0 squared plus 2 plus 13 squared, because minus and the minus will be 13. This works out to be 5 squared, 25. This will be 15 squared, 225, 250. And lastly, the distance of the line between the points A and B, C would work out to be minus 13 plus 8. Okay, let me start with the y. It'll be 0 plus 15 squared plus minus 13 plus 8. Now, it wasn't wrong what I was putting there. It's just I end up putting the x before. It doesn't matter. So 15 squared will be 225. And this one will work out to be 5 squared. So that'll be 25. So this again will be 250. So I have my three distances. I have the root of 500, the root of 250, and the root of 250 again. Right? So now I need to find my small s, and then I need to find the area. So I need to erase here. Right. So now I could say s would be the root of 500 plus the root of 250 plus the root of 250 all on 2. And that works out to be 26.991728. You try to go as far as possible with your numbers. You try not to round while you're doing the sum. So this is my s. So now I need to go to the area formula. Area of the triangle. Now this looks weird, but it's correct. 26.991728, sorry, by 26.991728 minus the root of 500, 26.991728 minus the root of 250, and then 178 minus the root of 250. See how easy it is to make mistakes. And we find the square root of all of this, like that. So now I punch all this into the calculator and I get my answer. And this ends up being the square root of 15624.99873. And the square root of this will give us 124.9999, etc., which is simply 125 units squared. So that, everybody, takes us to the end of our sum. So I could take off this last section. You saw how many parts there were. Hope you weren't confused, and I hope it brings some sort of clarity. Thanks for tuning into this video, and thanks again for your attention. And please feel free to share, subscribe, and of course to like. Looking forward to seeing what you all have to say. Take care, guys.